Now we go into the cryptocurrency session by Toyosi Abolarin. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone from this part of the world. My name is Toyosi Abolarin. I'm a product lead at Qrious Network. So what Qrious Network does is, for those who are in Nigeria, you understand USSD. So USSD simply means when you dial star 737 *737 or a short code from your mobile phone, and it does a transaction. It can either be financial or non-financial transaction, but we power most of USSD transactions for 75% of top tier banks in Nigeria. But beyond that, I've been in the cryptocurrency space since 2015. I like to start with how I got involved in the space. So I don't know if you've heard of the term MMM. So MMM started in Nigeria, and I saw. I actually took part in it. I don't like to deny that fact. I took part in it, and one of the channels which people were investing then, even though I know it was rubbish, even though I knew MMM was rubbish, one of the channels that people were using to partake in the service was Bitcoin. So I bought my first Bitcoin then. Then I started deep diving into what Bitcoin is. I got involved with the CEO of NairaX, one of the biggest exchanges in Nigeria. So don't worry, I'm going to get into this, into what exchanges are, what cryptocurrencies are, etc. But I got involved and I saw a bigger picture. I understood the technology powering it. The name of the technology is called the blockchain technology. But most importantly, I saw value. I saw value not how to make money with cryptocurrencies, but I saw value in what cryptocurrencies are meant to do. And because I saw value, I started learning more, started reading more. And because I am in the tech space, it was a bit easier for me to understand. But beyond being easy for me to understand, I was able to also contribute in the space. So contribute by helping some people raise funds, some projects raise funds, contribute by advising on how to acquire users, etc. So I've been involved with a lot of cryptocurrency based or blockchain based companies since then. Today I'm going to be talking about understanding cryptocurrencies. In fact, I'm taking a risk because I have never explained cryptocurrencies the way I am trying to explain it today. So follow me and please do ask your questions. All right. So like the topic says, understanding cryptocurrencies. One thing that I want you to do for me today is remove or not remove, try clear your head of your initial knowledge of what you understand cryptocurrencies to be. I know a lot of people see cryptocurrency as making money, making money coin, a coin where you can invest 10 naira today and get 200 naira tomorrow, a coin that is here to challenge traditional currencies. And when I say traditional currencies, I'm talking about naira, US dollars, etc. So cryptocurrencies are not meant to be, or they are not meant to challenge traditional currencies. They are just a unique currency on their own. And I'm going to explain what I mean. So I define cryptocurrencies as, hope you can see my screen clearly, the presentation. I want to be sure. My co-host, can you please confirm that my screen is perfect?
Yeah, we can see your screen, Toyosi.
All right, perfect. So cryptocurrencies are a new asset class that enable decentralized application. And I'm going to explain what I mean one by one, but please follow me. One, they are a new asset class. So cryptocurrencies is an asset class. And what do? Their job is to help decentralized applications. So first thing is, what are these asset class that cryptocurrencies are meant to enable. So first question is, an asset class exists as a mechanism to allocate resource to a specific form of organization. So asset class could be, just take literal example, I am a part of an organization now. Let's assume you're a part of an organization now, and that organization gives you equity in, or let's call it shares for those who want, for everyone to understand. They give you shares in the company. That's an asset class. So equity is an asset class. Same way bonds are for nations, where our states, etc. And the same way we have mortgages. The same mortgages is an asset class for real estate owners or any property itself. The same way they are an asset class like that. So just see it as cryptocurrencies. They are an asset class. Assets are things that are of value, bigger value. Now that we understand what cryptocurrency asset class is, now what are decentralized applications? So decentralized applications is a new form of organization and a new form of software. So remember, there are two things that I defined here. One, a new form of organization and a new form of software. Think of any organization today. They have a CEO and they have staff, right? But think of a decentralized application that does not have a CEO, does not have any staff. Everything around the organization is decentralized. That's one. Two, is a new type of software. They are software. So the same way we have WhatsApp, same way we have Skype, or then we have Zoom today. Now imagine that Zoom or WhatsApp exists today without a CEO, without a CEO, without a staff at all, and it is functional. So now let's combine both things that I've said together. I said cryptocurrencies are an asset class that allow decentralized applications to work. And I define decentralized applications are any application that does not have a CEO, or is a new model or a new way of software that does not require a single owner, or that does not require anybody to own it. Now, cryptocurrencies, they are now that asset class that allow it to work. And I'm going to go into example. So like I define it simply, a decentralized application is a way to create a service that no single entity operates. So for example, Bitcoin. So in 2008, just the same way we're having financial crisis in the world today due to COVID-19, in 2008, we had, what's it called? Financial meltdown, global crisis, financial global crisis. I think it's the biggest the world has ever seen, maybe before COVID-19. I'm not even sure COVID-19, is, I think that was more. Don't quote me, please. But in 2008, then a group of guys, Satoshi Nakamoto, we don't know who they are or who he is. And he said, what if there is a software today that can be used for payment? So a software that people can use to pay. Then the next question is, how will it work? Then the first solution was that, okay, let us have everybody send their what's it called, their transactions. So that is their money. So I want to send money to Daniel O.A. Daniel Ademiwa, I want to send money to Bashir Bolaji. So let everybody send their money to the network. Then a problem came that if everybody should send their money to the network, how can we ensure that Toyosi does not send this money that he says he have? How can we ensure that he does not send it twice? Remember, no single entity owns owns this software. Then they now decide to introduce something called miners. So the miners are supposed to put a timestamp on every transaction that everyone is sending to the network. So if Toyosi wants to send money to Oluwatobi Adenuga, the miner is supposed to timestamp it to say, yes, you sent your money and it has happened. You sent this amount of money and you sent it today's date, 19th of June 2020 at 1 p.m. That way it is recorded and it is irreversible. But to do that again, they now decided, those guys that created, that software, now created that, okay, what if everyone competes to be the first person to put a timestamp on that transaction? So that timestamp that everyone is competing to do, they now call them block rewards. So that reward that they are now getting for being the first person, and to actually to timestamp it, you will need a lot of mining equipment, resources, etc. So for you to be the first person to timestamp that transaction, you are going to be rewarded with a coin, which we now call today Bitcoin. So now that Bitcoin can now be valuable to you. So that reward that they gave you, which is now Bitcoin, you can now use it, or you can now exchange it on a traditional, on an exchange for another currency that you want. So again, I'm going to repeat myself just in case I might have confused you. Remember, I defined cryptocurrencies as an asset class that allow decentralized applications to work. Then I said asset class. We said assets are things that have value. The same way equities are for companies, bonds are for governments, organizations, mortgages are for properties, real estate, etc. Cryptocurrencies, they are an asset. Now, talking about decentralized application, I said decentralized application is any software that does not require a single entity to operate it. Anybody can be a part of it. Now, I defined now that decentralized, and I gave an example of a decentralized application as Bitcoin, in the sense that no one controls Bitcoin today, apart from the fact that no one controls it. Everyone that how does it work? So people send their transactions to a network. When you now send your transaction to a network, some people called miners, they compete to be the first person to timestamp that transaction. And for them to compete, they use mining equipment and stuff like that. And when they compete, the first person that confirms that transaction, the person gets a reward, and that reward is, today we call it Bitcoin. Now, how does that Bitcoin become valuable to the miner? Remember, let's go back to the basics of money. Money is anything that has value. If both of us agree today that my paper here with me is money, then it is money. So Bitcoin, now those miners now exchange it for on an exchange for traditional currencies like Naira, USD. But then again, the value of Bitcoin again is now in the sense that it has some value in the sense that, one, you can use it as settlement. It is fast. You can send it abroad. You can if the person abroad confirms that they will accept it as a means of exchange, it is very, very easy to transfer. It is also anonymous, so you have people like hackers, people that are into crime, they use that Bitcoin. But remember again, it is not a traditional currency. It is not there to replace USD, euro, or pound. Now that is Bitcoin as an example. Another example of a decentralized software today is what we call Filecoin. You can't answer me, but people, do we all know what Dropbox is? Dropbox, apart from Dropbox, we have Google Drive. Yeah, Google Drive. And what is their use? Their use is that you can use them to store files, right? So that it becomes, in case your laptop crashes, you can always use it any time and you have access to those files. Now, some guys now say, okay, why don't we create a decentralized software like that? And they called it Filecoin. Now, what's Filecoin? I'm just using it as an example. There are so many types of decentralized softwares. We call it the new model of softwares. Just imagine Twitter in the next 5 years not owned by Jack Dorsey, or Facebook is not owned by Mark Zuckerberg. But I'm giving an example of Filecoin now. So now, how will Filecoin now operate? They're now saying that Toyosi has a laptop here. Chiemela Ogu has his phone. Ibrahim Adesola has his phone, and my laptop is 1 terabyte, and I use maybe 200 gig of it throughout since I bought it. They're now saying that rather than Dropbox storing it on the cloud, Toyosi, Chiemela, Ibrahim, Ademiwa, etc., you guys can actually give us space in your computer. Give us space in your computer, and they are going to encrypt it. So rather than me having 1 terabyte, I can end up having maybe 200, 900 gig, and the remaining 100 gig, I've given it to Filecoin. So anybody in the world that wants to store can just store something. You don't even know where you are storing it. But they are encrypting it on different people's storage devices. And the next question is, what if Toyosi's laptop dies? They've already encrypted it on another person's laptop, another person's software like that. But remember again, the goal is one single entity does not operate it. Now the next question is, how does Toyosi get rewarded? What's the incentive for me for giving up my laptop space, or Chiemela giving up his phone space? They reward him with Filecoin. So they reward him with Filecoin. So another project that's also related to this called Coin, and they have the same they want to solve the same problem, that is file storage, and they are giving up spaces on their what's it called? You give out spaces on your devices, and they reward you with those coins. And their story is, what if Dropbox dies today, or anything happens to Dropbox? How do you still have access to your files? Today, no, not even today, last week, or in the previous weeks, Donald Trump has been complaining that Twitter is censoring his post, and he does not have freedom of speech, and that is possible because Twitter controls is their platform, so they have their own copyright laws and stuff like that. There are different decentralized software. That example is Steemit, that you can upload anything you like, speak however you want, and you get reward in Steemit coins. I don't know if you are understanding what cryptocurrencies are now. So they only enable decentralized softwares to work, and those currencies, they are gotten as a reward for you being a part of the network. Now the next question is now that why are there so many bitcoins in the world, so many CFI coin and etc? It is because people are seeing value in these things. So the more people start taking part in Bitcoin, then the value of the network also appreciates. Same way WhatsApp exists. WhatsApp 10 years ago was probably valued, I don't know what they were valued at, but their valuation was very low. But the moment they start getting more and more users, what happens? Then Facebook had to buy them. So the more users take part in the network, the more the value of the coin increases, and the more the software becomes valuable. These softwares, are they super valuable? Some of them no, some of them yes. For example, Bitcoin, today people use it for settlement, people use it as medium of exchange. Is it the best solution out there? Probably not, because it has its own flaws. But the essence or the most important thing here is that I want you to live with one thing, that cryptocurrencies are there to help decentralized softwares work. And decentralized softwares is the future. Is the future. I'll give you an example of Bitcoin, Filecoin. Example, another one is Ethereum. Ethereum is also another type of decentralized software that you can build a decentralized software on. So and the reward for taking part in the Ethereum network is being a part of it is you are rewarded with what a coin called Ether. So that Ether is what people trade today. So Ether is what people now take to exchanges, and that's where which one brings me to the next topic, which is exchanges. So first is you can go to www.coinmarketcap.com. You will see a list of different cryptocurrencies out there today. We have thousands of them, and remember, they are there to help decentralized softwares work. So there are even decentralized softwares for gambling, softwares that are there to softwares that are there to compete or to alternative to the Naira bet, the Bet365 of today, where you don't deposit money to Naira bet, you bet with somebody. And Tron is also out there. There's Tron, there's Ripple, there's so many types of cryptocurrencies. And then remember, so those softwares those rewards, remember, is the asset that you get for being a part of the network. People are now being a bit, not maybe myopic. I think there is understanding, or their understanding is now that, okay, now that I am a part of this network, I get rewarded with Ether, then I can go and trade it on an exchange. Trade it on an exchange in the sense that I can now convert it to traditional currencies like Naira, or even trade it against other cryptocurrencies. So some people's job is being on exchanges. Being on exchanges. An exchange is a platform. This is what I'm talking about. Excuse me. An exchange is a platform where you can convert a cryptocurrency to another currency. So it could be that you are converting Bitcoin to Ripple, or you are converting Bitcoin to traditional currencies like Naira, dollar, etc. I don't know if you're following me, so we assume you're following me. If you have any questions, please type it down. My co-host, who's an amazing person, is going to run us through the questions at the end of the day. But let me know if I am on track, you're following. Then, apart from the exchanges, so now just a quick recap. We've talked about what an asset class is, what decentralized applications are, how cryptocurrencies power decentralized applications, or which is their essence, their reward you get from for taking part in the network. Where to exchange them. Example is Binance. Binance is the biggest exchange in the world. So an exchange, again, is where you convert, like the name says, exchange. So convert Bitcoin to another cryptocurrency, or you convert to your traditional currency. CoinMarketCap, I've spoken that's where you can see a list of different exchanges. And I know a lot of you are here today to ask this question: what is the best way to invest in cryptocurrencies? I use Bitcoin as an example, so that is why here. But let's just see it as cryptocurrencies in general. What is the best way? I teach people this strategy called dollar cost averaging. But before I go into the strategy, I would like you to understand the asset class again that these cryptocurrencies belong to. So again, like we mentioned, that there are different types of asset class. One, there is there are different types of asset class. One is treasury bills. Treasury bills, they are government-owned treasury bills, like I mentioned. That asset class is low risk, low reward. So you have a Nigerian entity promising you 12% or 10% per annum. Then you have mortgages, properties, investing in landed properties. That's another asset class. And those ones, I call them medium to or medium risk investment, because land always appreciates over time, all things being equal. So you can invest 1 million naira in a landed property in 5 years ago. Today, maybe it's worth 1.5 or 2 million naira. That's a medium risk asset class. Then an asset class like cryptocurrencies, they are high risk and high reward asset class, in the sense that you can invest 1 million naira, and in the space of 3 months, it can become 1.5 million naira, or it can become 200,000 naira. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's an high risk, high reward. So you need to understand your risk appetite before you invest in cryptocurrencies, because remember, one of the definition is that they are not controlled by any single entity. So because they are not, there's a lot of fluctuation. Bitcoin today can be $10,000, and in the next 3 months can be $2,000, just based on speculations. Because what people do with the assets or the rewards they get is that they speculate. They speculate. And when they speculate? They speculate on exchanges by saying the price will go up, price will go down, etc. Now, so again, going back to the question, how do you invest? Before you invest, you need to understand your risk appetite. You need to understand your risk appetite. So are you so like I tell people, I show there are three brackets to it. The first is high risk, high reward. Oh, sorry, low risk, low reward. And I classify assets in this class as things like treasury bills, anything that will guarantee you your capital back. Then things like medium risk, medium reward. We have landed properties. We have investing in real estate, investing in things like all these agricultural stuff, investment opportunities that are insured. I give them medium risk to medium reward. So something they promise you like 30% per annum. But anyone investing in cryptocurrencies, you need to have the mindset or understanding that it is an high risk, high reward asset class. So how do you now invest? I see a couple of people have joined us. I will share my slide at the end of the day with everyone, but you need to understand what they are, that they are just simply an asset class that are there to enable decentralized applications to work. And I gave example of decentralized applications as any software that does not require a single entity to control or to operate. Now, so now how do you invest in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies generally? First thing I said was, my first strategy that I will tell you today is called what I call dollar cost averaging. So dollar cost averaging simply means or advises that whenever you are investing in an asset class, rather than investing the lump sum, so you have $1,000 today and you want to invest, rather than, and it applies to any asset class, even in stocks, in gold, in cryptocurrencies, in anything that the price fluctuates or goes up and down. I always recommend dollar cost averaging. And what it means is that rather than investing that $1,000 that you want to invest at once, invest it in bits, but it has to be a fixed amount. What do I mean? So rather than investing $1,000 at once, what I will do is I will invest $10 every single week till I exhaust dollars. So rather, and I have $1,000 to invest, rather than buying $1,000 worth of Bitcoin when the price is $9,300, what I would do is I would buy $10 worth of Bitcoin at 9,300. Next week, I will buy $10 worth of Bitcoin. Remember, price of Bitcoin does not remain the same every single minute. The price is not the same. You check price of Bitcoin today is 90, refresh, it is 9350, refresh, it is 9250, refresh. And it's as simple as that. So don't invest your money all at once. Dollar cost average it out. And what I've observed or what I've seen is that in the space of a year, most of the time, when you do this, you find out that you are averaging around 50%, 50 to 60% annually if you buy averagely with a fixed amount. And sometimes sometimes you will see that you check it and you are a bit lower than 50% or lower than 40%. You check next week, the price has changed again because someone has announced that, or Trump just says that, hey, you know what, United States, I'm going to start accepting cryptocurrencies. The price shoots up again. So, and the best way to check is check this site, www.dcabtc.com. These guys have done a good study. I just gave an example here, did a small number, that if you invest $20 every week for the past 6 months, you will be averaging 15, you have averaged out 15%. So this is not you trading or you waiting for when price is high or when price is low. This is simply you buy a fixed amount every single week. So that's dollar cost averaging. The second strategy I recommend is this. First, study the software. Remember, I told you that decentralized cryptocurrencies enable decentralized applications or decentralized software. So study the software. See, okay, this software is valuable. Something like maybe Filecoin or Ethereum. You see, okay, it is valuable. Over here, over time, people would get to use it. You can just buy and keep. It is even better than this, but it is more risky. So, because for example, if you had invested, let's say $1,000 in Ethereum 3 years ago, today you will not be on this call. you will have blown. You are blown because your $1,000 will be worth nothing less than $1 to $2 million, because Ethereum went from 0.01 to over $300 today. So just calculate your return on that. But the thing is, they are risky because it might not work. It might work. So that is simply you buying and holding. The third strategy is, I don't have them on my slide, but the third strategy I recommend is trading. But trading requires time. Trading requires a lot of effort, monitoring charts, and trading requires technical and fundamental knowledge, which takes time. So I don't recommend it. But if you can learn it, there are several tutorials on YouTube on how to trade it. And I will recommend even trading cryptocurrencies rather than trading stocks, because one, it is very volatile. So that volatility is an advantage. So you can't say a Tesla stock just crash by 20% in a day or 60% in a day. But some cryptocurrencies crash as high as 70-80%. So when you see that they've crashed at that low, you can get in, hoping that, after you've done your analysis, that okay, by in next 2 days they can actually appreciate by 10%, 20%, and then you cash out. And there are futures now, so futures trading and so many other trading. To do that, that's a whole new tutorial or whole new training for us to go into what trading is and how to trade. So maybe in the coming weeks, or if there are more webinars, we can talk about trading on its own, because it's a separate topic. But that's it. I think I've covered most of. Who's writing something on my screen? All right, so that's basically it. If you have any questions, ask my co-host is going to, get your question or enable your mic and I will answer. But for now, if you need to follow me or reach out to me, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Toyosi Abolarin, or just email me, toyosi.abolarin@gmail.com. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and then we'll take in some questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Toyosi, for the exposition. Thank you very much. It was a nice one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I think we had a little issue with the chatbot earlier on, so I think some of our participants were not able to put down their questions, but I think some people are raising their hands, so maybe I'll just try to unmute them to ask their questions, then mute them back. I think that will work.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Esther is just raising her hand. I'll unmute Esther right now.
Okay.
Okay, Esther, I've asked you to unmute yourself. Now you can ask your question.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for the talk.
Right.
Actually, I lost the talk
I can't hear you clearly, ma.
at some point. My network is very kind of bad.
Okay.
There is this BC. I said I loved your training.
Esther, can you move to a better location? You are breaking. Hello, Esther, are you there? Oh, I think Esther is no more hearing us. Okay, let me see if there's any other hands raised.
I think Ibrahim Adeshola wants to ask. You can unmute him.
Okay, I will unmute now. Ibrahim Adeshola.
Okay, there are so many people. Gregory, Anthony. Yes.
Okay, I've unmuted Ibrahim now.
Yeah, can you hear me? Ibrahim speaking. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear Ibrahim right now.
Okay, sounds good. So there's this concept of halving. I mean, Bitcoin halving that is going on here for the past few months. Can we try to share some light on that, on what that concept means? And then I have some other questions as well. Where would you advise us to buy Bitcoin if you're trying to get Bitcoin? Is it from the exchange platform or from, there are some people, maybe third party, should I call them third party? Those that kind of like sell through WhatsApp and all that. Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I'll start with the last question. So where can you get cryptocurrencies generally? So I will assume most of our participants are in Nigeria. So for those who are in Nigeria, there are a lot of exchanges out there. One is NairaX. Apart from NairaX, we have Busha. Apart from Busha, we have Luno, etc. I will recommend, I also sell, so you can reach out to me. I'll sell Bitcoin to you, or you can sell your Bitcoins to me if you have some. But apart from exchanges, I will advise you to be very careful when you are dealing with people who are not, who you don't know. It's very, very difficult because once you send Bitcoin to someone or a cryptocurrency to someone, you can't collect it back. It is irreversible. When I do normal day-to-day transactions today, and those are some of the dangers of of a decentralized entity. Remember, today I can send GTB to First Bank, and there's a problem. I can complain to GTB. GTB will speak to First Bank. They verify from First Bank, and then they will reverse or we go to court, etc. But in cryptocurrencies, there is no court your money is gone once you send it. And I've actually I've lost a lot of money, you know, out of ignorance, you know, when I just started in this space, by dealing with people on Telegram, people with fake numbers. Someone sent me, I thought they've really sent my money, then I sent them Bitcoin, and then it was gone, like over one Bitcoin, over, like, just one Bitcoin today is 9,003, and it's a lot of money that I've lost. So that's my first recommendation. So for those who are not in Nigeria, if you're in the US or in Europe, you can use Coinbase. Coinbase allows you to deposit USD and collect Bitcoin, 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 or you sell Bitcoin for USD. Yeah, I think I've answered that. So the second question is concept of halving. So see it this way: it has not been ongoing. It's an event that just happened and it is gone. It has happened and it has ended. But I will explain the concept to you. So the owners of sorry, not the owners, because there's no single owner. When the white paper that, you know, the Satoshi Nakamoto crew came about with Bitcoin, they said there will this English is hard, but there will only be 21 million Bitcoin. Yes, there will only be 21 million Bitcoin, and they now created different mechanism to say every 10 minutes there is a new Bitcoin that, you know, that comes out, and the miners, the reward they can get, yes, the reward they can get can only no, sorry, let me recap. So there's a certain number of Bitcoin that can be gotten every 10 minutes. So every 4 years, they reduce that number by half. So that is what halving is. So what do I mean? If we are supposed to be having every minute, the miners, remember the miners are those who compete to timestamp the transaction and they get rewarded in Bitcoin. The amount of, so if they were receiving 100 Bitcoin last 4 years, if last 4 years, if you were receiving 100 Bitcoin for every 10 minutes for what they do, for the next 4 years, we are going to reduce it by half to 50. So what the miners will be getting will reduce by half. So in the next 4 years again, the reward that the miners will be getting will reduce by half. So if they are getting 50, they'll get 25. And another 4 years, the reward they are getting that way, and Bitcoin. Apart from that, this is also a strategy to actually drive the price up. So that is why people are saying that the price of Bitcoin will go up from now. So it's not like it will suddenly go up because now there are lesser Bitcoin in circulation. Remember, the Bitcoin comes, the miners that once they compete, that they get rewarded in Bitcoin. It is that Bitcoin that everyone is now exchanging. They put on the exchanges, people buy and sell. So now the amount of Bitcoin that they'll be getting has reduced by half. So because it has reduced by half, then it drives the price up because there's scarcity. So, and remember the economics, when there is when there's high demand, and high demand and scarcity of the product is low, what happens to price? Price shoots up. So that's it. I hope it's a bit clear. Next question.
Thank you very much, Toyosi, for the answer. I'll be taking Gregory next. But before that, I think what we had a little issue earlier on concerning our chatbot. But if you would still like, for those that would still like to pen down their questions, you could try to leave and log in back to the network, the Zoom session, so that your chatbot can be activated. So, and I'll be also dropping a link thereafter. After this session, we'll be having a career fair by Jobberman. So I'll be dropping the link in the chat section. So I would advise everyone that has not activated their chat bot to leave and join the meeting again before I dropped that so that you can see the link. So I'll be taking Gregory right now. Okay, Gregory, I've asked you to unmute yourself.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you, Sir Toyosi, for the presentation. I was not able to join from the beginning. So I want to ask, like someone that is just starting this Bitcoin investment, like how do you start? As in, what's the first step to beginning and then getting involved in the whole thing?
Okay. All right. The first step is understanding what you're getting into. That's what I recommend. Understand, what cryptocurrencies are. I don't know. There are a lot of YouTube tutorials and stuff out there. But most importantly, after that, buy your first Bitcoin. I've mentioned where you can buy. There are lots of platforms there, but in Nigeria, try NairaX, Busha, Qrious, a lot of them out there. So buy from them. Once you buy, store it up. I think that's the first step. Just store it and just see how the price fluctuates, goes up, and comes down. I think that's the first step. But I think the most important thing is actually understanding what you're going through. I wish a lot of people, started this session with me where I sort of broke it down to what cryptocurrencies are, how they come about, and why people are, creating a ball. But it is the future of softwares, or it is time to be the future of softwares. So I recommend people, be that we are young, we should go into it. It's a bit risky, yes, but also let us also build. From this point, like, as Nigerians, let's also not only be consumers. Let's see how students, because I'm also a student of life. So a lot of us are still students. So imagine we can build a decentralized, voting system for our SUG president, for elections in our schools, and there are lots of concepts out there that we can build on. Once we can do that, we can start from our university. You can even reward your colleagues. You can reward your colleagues with your fellow students with cryptocurrencies for voting. Say they get a reward for voting, and once that is done, of identification, and then she can vote from her room, and she votes, and that's how to be revolutionary. Actually, I remember the concept of this is now cryptocurrencies. For now, we're in an era that requires a lot of innovation, and technology is one. Cryptocurrencies are there to power it. So Bitcoin people, for people that are making money, they are also losing a lot of money. Anyone that, the way people do in Nigeria, I'm not a trade Bitcoin person, start posting nice pictures and stuff. Some of them are maybe even G boys, or they call them Yahoo boys, and they are, fronting as cryptocurrency traders and stuff. So don't only you can make money again, and you can also lose money. But let's think more on how can we even, build? What can we do? Let's see. But for those who want to make money, I've told them you can do dollar cost averaging, download any of the exchanges, Luno, Coinbase, Busha, etc., and just put in a certain amount, and then bi-weekly. I think Busha should have something like that. You can check them out. So bi-weekly, yeah, that's it.
All right, sir. Please, just before you go, is it possible for me to like get your contact, like WhatsApp contact, so I could get to know more, since you are actually into the business, and it could be a first step for me to get to learn from you better.
Oh, sure. Maybe not my WhatsApp. Just send me an email or any of my social media, Toyosi Abolarin, toyosi.abolarin@gmail.com, Toyosi Abolarin, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Send me a message, I'll reply. Stress me.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for that answer, Toyosi. I'll be taking Sadiq, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have about 15 minutes more, so I will be taking the number of questions we can accommodate within the duration of 15 minutes. I'll be taking Sadiq right now. And also, as I said earlier on, I need everyone to activate their chat bot. Try to log out of this meeting and log in back to activate your chat bot so that you can view the link I'll be posting shortly, so that we can also access the Joberman Career Fair. So Sadiq, I'll be unmuting you right now. Okay, yeah, Sadiq, I've unmuted you. You can come on board. Hello, Sadiq, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, thanks for the lovely presentation. I would love to ask you, when investing into all this cryptocurrency, like right now, I'm very sure you probably know about them. There is this Forsage or million money people are doing and all. I just want to ask your opinion about all those stuff. Are there ways of investing into cryptocurrency?
Run for your life. Those things are
Okay.
scams. They are scams. I can tell you for a fact, they are scams. Million money, bullion money, billion coin, they are scams. Run. Trust me. The way to know a legit coin, in fact, it's not even proof, is go to coinmarketcap.com.
Okay.
When you get to that website, www.coinmarketcap.com,
okay,
check for the name of the coin. Just type it. Let me share my screen. I'll show you something. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Give me a second. Hold on, no, I'm coming. Desktop, yes. I want to just show coinmarketcap.com. Now, what I'll do is on the right side, I'm going to search for a coin. See, you can see lots of cryptocurrencies here. So let me search for one. Let me search for Tron. Or what do you call your coins again? Let me search for them.
What they are doing is they're actually investing in Ethereum. Ethereum is the real coin, but it's like they have a platform, or they call it a decentralized system, whereby there is a way you get to invest and
I don't believe all the type of things. No one needs to invest for you in cryptocurrency. Okay. There are things you can do for yourselves. I think you can do by yourself. You can see EOS. This is how I verify my coins. This is the EOS. You can see their source code. You can see charts. You can go to their website. This is the current price. This is the volume that is being traded every single day. You can see progress on. Remember, they are all softwares. All these coins, they are softwares. So anyone that's saying they want to trade for you and all those things, they don't need. They are just. It's probably what's it called? Do more research actually. But it's probably a what they call this thing, MLM stuff, where they will use Ponzi scheme. They will use your money to pay another person, and that use your money to pay another person. So I won't recommend it. You can invest in yourself in cryptocurrencies.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Toyosi. I'll be taking Bashir Bolaji. No. Okay, Bashir, Bolaji, you're on right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you
Good
for
afternoon,
the
sir.
presentation. Uh, I've been into this for a while. I was probably part of your dollar capital investment. So,
Okay.
yeah, but recently I changed my phone. So, I don't know. I noticed on the website for blockchain, I couldn't see my Bitcoin balance on the website. While it's on the while I can see it on the phone. Now I deleted the app on the old phone and logged in into the new phone. I
Okay.
couldn't find my balance.
Okay, sorry, Bolaji. Let me just so that we won't waste time. What I will do is give me a call after. This is more like a technical question. You lost your Bitcoin or you can't have access, so I can help you. That could just give me a call because you have my WhatsApp number. So just give me a call and I would put you through how you can get it. Is that fine? Hello.
Thank you. That's fine.
All right. All right.
Okay. I think one more person is raising his hand. If other people still have questions and they've not activated their chat bot, you can still raise your hand before we go off. We have about 7 minutes more. So I'm taking Wonsu right now. Wonsu. And also, please, everyone, try to activate your chat bot so that you can access the link I would send shortly. Okay, Wonsu, I've asked you to unmute yourself. You can speak now. Wonsu Shimudu Shidebere, you can speak now. Hello, is Wonsu there? Hello, is Wonsu there? Okay, I think Wonsu is not with this one. Okay. I'll be taking Fabian now. Fabian Ebaddan. Fabian Ebaddan. Okay, Fabian, I've asked you to unmute yourself. You can speak now.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Yeah, we
sir.
can hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you very much for this opportunity and thank you very much for organizing this session. So I'd like to ask, sir, which cryptocurrency do you think is best to invest in? Is it Bitcoin? Is it Ethereum? Is it Litecoin? Which cryptocurrency is best to invest in right now?
If I tell you I know, I'll be lying. because no one knows tomorrow. But some of my favorites, Ethereum, because they have. Remember, if you just understand cryptocurrencies as a currency that is powering a software, the same way we have, cryptocurrencies are something for something. It's not just cryptocurrency, Ethereum. So Ether is a currency that is powering Ethereum. Ethereum is actually the blockchain. So Ether is the cryptocurrency of that network, of that software. And the reason why I like Ethereum, or I recommend Ethereum, is because they have the largest pool of developers globally today. So people are always building on Ether as a software. They're always building different apps on it. The second one is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has proven itself. Maybe not from maybe you not make a lot because of money. I don't think Bitcoin will go to personally. I don't think Bitcoin will go to $1 million. Maybe yeah, and I'm sure it's going to appreciate. It's going to to the end of the price. But so maybe we can wait for when Bitcoin has crashed, so maybe like 5, 6K or 7K. You what's it called? You invest. Okay. The second one is, so you invest. You can invest in Bitcoin for a time, for a while. Then the third one, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I personally like these guys. Gosh, I've forgotten. But BNB, Binance Coin. Binance is an exchange, and they have a coin that powers their exchange. They are the EOS too. So there are so many of them. But just get maybe like 5, 3, 5, and then diversify anyone that blows. But don't also take this as an investment advice. This is like just my opinions on what I think. You understand?
Okay, thank you very much, Toyosi. We have about six people raising their hands. I think those will be the last set of guys because of our time. So I'll be taking Usman now. Usman, you can speak now. Usman, are you there? Okay, I think
Hello?
Usman is not. Usman, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much for this session. I've really learned a lot. My question is, in terms of doing the research and learning more about how to trade in the cryptocurrency, do you have any suggestions in books, probably, or any material that would give us the best insight on it?
Okay, send me an email. There is a particular material. I will share. It's a friend of mine here in Nigeria. He did some video tutorial on how to trade, specifically around futures trading for cryptocurrencies, and he's making some money for himself. So, and I think the tutorial, but most importantly, the tutorials are very nice. Like, I went through them, but I don't have time to be sitting on the laptop, and that thing is a bit boring to me. But people do it. We risky, they make money, and they lose money. So, but we should. What's it called?
I'll definitely do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Toyosi. I think a lot of people would really want to mail you now with this kind of questions they've been asking. So maybe I would suggest you maybe share your mail you share your screen that includes your mail or your social handles or something like that.
Yeah, I think Joseph Paul wants to ask it. Okay, this is okay. Give me a second. Joseph Paul wants to ask a question.
Yeah, I think I have another. Yeah, I'm seeing Matthew now.
Okay.
I'm taking Matthew right now. Matthew, can you raise your hand again? Okay, I've seen you. Okay, Matthew, you can speak now.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for the insightful session. My question is, apart from speculation, what are the causes of movement of the price of cryptocurrency so that we can monitor it? What are the things that we have to look for so that we can know when to buy and when to sell, apart from just the normal market speculation? Thank you.
All right. I will answer your question, but I also, just to say that I'm going to answer everyone's question, but I would really love also one takeaway, please. I want us to really build crypto blockchain. There should be communities and stuff I can maybe share and introduce. There's so many softwares we can, for those who have technical skills, let's build. There's also a lot of opportunities and money to be made if you build. They always do a lot of contests and stuff like that. So let's learn to build. But back to your question, how do you determine, what moves the price of a cryptocurrency? It is basically speculation, but what drives speculation is news of adoption. So apart from circulation, maybe circulatory number. So I'm just talking of a fundamental analysis. So what drives? So it's basically news. So for example, I knew the price of Bitcoin was going to crash on Friday because on Tuesday, there was a news that came out on CoinDesk that if there's a $30 million, is it 30 millions? 30 million, I mean. There's a lot of money, that it is a future contract is expiring on Friday for, I don't even understand what the news meant, but I knew it was a lot of money and it is expiring on Friday. I knew people were going to dump on that. So, but I don't trade. The trade me I do is mostly an exchange. So I have Naira, I have 1 million Naira. That's what I do. I don't do trading. Bitcoin is going to go up today. I don't do that. So, but this is what I just news. That is what I know. Or you see a news like SEC is placing some blah 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 on cryptocurrency traders. Bam, you know that people would sell on that. Or something interesting is happening that the Australian government has now legalized Bitcoin as this thing. That is what drives cryptocurrencies. What drives prices. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yes, I think you're able to answer that perfectly. Speculation drives prices.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be taking Osas right now. Osas, you can speak now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Good afternoon.
Sir Toyosi, you said you are not a trader. You only do exchanges on cryptocurrency on the platform, meaning you sell and you buy. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I want to know how do you, I don't know if you can speculate coins, but then how do you speculate coins apart from news, apart from, like how do you know when a coin is going to rise? Because there are a lot of coins in cryptocurrency, those that are based on the Ethereum blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain, and all those things. So how do you know how they are going to rise? And how do you know, like, based on their price? Because there are a lot of coins right now, they're less than $1 and even 1 cent. So if you should buy them now, like if you should invest in them now, how are you sure that their prices will increase in the future?
Okay. So there are two ways. It's a brilliant question. So there are two ways to, analyze. First is fundamental, and second is technical. Fundamental analysis and technical analysis. So fundamental analysis is just looking at the basics of the coin. How many and we have about 16 million already in circulation. And I'm trying to do a fundamental analysis for you. And I know that this Bitcoin, and in 10 years, 16 million of it, the price was $10,000. So by the time we will get to maybe another 10 years, the price should have moved again. And again, it has not, based on your fundamental, it has not really reached its adoption. Not a lot of people still know it. And I say, okay, maybe it can work. Another fundamental analysis can be done on Ethereum to say, okay, people are building, how many developers do they have? How many people are building on them? They are doing conferences every year. They've changed their protocols from proof of mining to proof of stake. That's Ethereum version 2.0. That means there's work being done.
Yes.
That means this coin is growing. Blah blah. I know. That's fundamental analysis. Then the third is technical analysis. Now is now the short term to say, okay, I don't know how to do technical analysis. That's the video trash that I was going to draw charts to say, okay, the price was this thing at this price, and all those trading stuff, which I don't know how to do or I don't do. Then use it to also forecast. But those are the two ways. Any other ways, is jazz. All right,
Okay.
that's it.
Thank you very much. Yes, we have we'll be taking
Oh,
2 more questions.
okay. I have another question, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
I have another question.
Okay.
Okay, also you can speak on. Are you still there?
Okay, we have 5 minutes. Maybe you should take other
Yes,
people.
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, sir.
Yeah,
Please.
Okay. I want to ask another question. I want to ask, how can one spot a fake coin from a real coin?
How can one sponsor what?
How can you spot a fake coin from a real coin?
Okay. It's a brilliant question too. So how do you spot a good coin? Let's start with that. I like to look at the team that are building it. What are their experiences? What have they done before? If it's just starting, but if it's already in circulation that people are using it, first I just go to coinmarketcap.com. I check the volume. I check the exchanges. One thing is there's no exchange, reputable exchange, that is the top 10 exchanges in the world, Binance, Huobi, OKX, KuCoin, etc. There's no, or Coinbase too. There's none of them that will put you on their platform without due diligence. So if the coin is already in circulation and there's a bit of trading, I go to CoinMarketCap, see what they are doing. Okay, they have monthly average volume. I check their website. I check their source code, and I just say, okay, are there updates on it? And that means things are working. That's a good coin. A fake coin, they have very nice website, very nice looking website, but they don't have any product, or they put a product there and everything is just dream. So it's all about understanding, okay, what is it supposed to solve? What's the problem supposed to solve? How should it work? What are you trying to do? How active are, what are their previous experiences and stuff? So that is how I try to.
Okay, thank you very much, Toyosi. We'll be having 1 more or 2 more questions. Can we have 2 questions, Toyosi? Or should we have 1?
Yep. There's another session that's supposed to run by 3, right?
Yes, that's why we'll be running up.
Okay, no problem. I'll be fast with the answer. So, okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'm taking Wonkoye Vera. Wonkoye Vera. Okay, Wonkoye, you can speak now. Wonkoye, are you there? Wonkoye, are you there? Okay, I think he or she is not with his phone. So I'll be taking the last question for this session. Olamide Kolawole. Olamide Kolawole, are you still there? I don't think he's still there. So, okay, I think basically that's all we have for okay. Technospark. Let me just take Technospark now since let me just take Technospark. Technospark 2. Okay, Technospark 2, you can speak now. That's the last question for today.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
What does mining of a coin? What does mining of a coin? Mining. What does it entail? Mining a coin. What does it entail?
So it depends on the coin, but I will use Bitcoin as an example. So it requires a mining equipment. It requires electricity and requires constant internet connection. I repeat, a mining equipment. For example, to mine Bitcoin today, you will need ASIC. They call it ASIC mining. ASIC mine. Just Google it. ASIC mining soft equipment. Then electricity, a huge amount of electricity because it consumes a lot of power, and then electricity and a laptop to connect it. But I'd like to say something though. Mining, for those who are doing it for profitability, it is not profitable anymore because the world has moved on. Because of the what it requires is a lot, like it requires electricity, internet, and all those things. It is not sustainable. That was when Bitcoin and cryptocurrency started. Now, so we call it proof of work. Proof of work is what we are needing mining equipment for. But now we've now gone to what we call proof of stake. So proof of stake is now that rather than buying equipment and other stuff, buy the coins. When you buy the coins, you now give the coins back to the developers. They call it staking. You now give the coins back to the developers. So you stake it. So example of something that is doing proof of stake is Tron. I think EOS also runs proof of stake, POS, and that's where Ethereum is also moving to. That's what we call Ethereum version 2, proof of stake. I know it's at all technical terms and stuff that it might be a bit hard to understand for now. But he asked the question. Staking. So he's now staking is that I commit money rather than committing physical resources. So I commit money, and that money I now stake it, and then I'll now be getting reward based on the amount I contributed. I hope I answered your question though.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Toyosi, for this wonderful session. We really appreciate you, and we hope you get bigger and better even in your business by the grace of God.
Amen.
Yeah. So
thank you guys for joining.
Yeah.
Again, remember to follow me on what's it called, on my social media handles. Most importantly, please let us build for let us build. Let's build, and we need it. I don't want us to be consumers anymore. Like we need it for so please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Toyosi. So we'll be having our career fair by Jobberman shortly. So I think a lot of people were not able to see my posts via the chat section, but you guys could go back to your mail where they sent you the link for the link for the session for today, the general session, before we had a breakout session. So that same link also accesses the Jobberman Career Fair. So let's just go back to our mails and join the meeting. I think it should be on by now. It's starting 3 p.m., but we have 5 minutes a little late. So thank you once again, Toyosi. Thank you everyone for joining this meeting. Thank you very much. So it was a wonderful time. Goodbye everyone. See you in the Jobberman Career Fair.